Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Lee. And first off, I want to shout out the guy that showed this to me on Twitter. And if you ever see anything on Twitter or Instagram or something like that, just tag me and I'll check it out and maybe talk about it the next day. But that being said, if you told me yesterday that I'll be talking about Big Baby Davis and Austin Rivers in my next video and that they were the main topics of my next video, I would probably think that this was one of the driest news days I have had all year, but that is not the case at all. Alright, so before I show you this, let me just warn you that the language used in the following clip is not safe for work or for school or anything. So if you're in one of those places, make sure you have headphones, but here we go.
I'm in Hawaii minding my own business, and I look on Undisputed and I see old punk ass Austin Rivers talking shit. Come on, man. Yeah, I might have been overweight a little bit, probably late for 1 or 2 practices. Come on, man. Don't know the plays? Come on, bro. You're lying now, bro. Now you're fucking lying. Come on now, man. Now that's a fucking lie. Second of all, your father gave you your money. How can you, like, don't say shit to me. Your father gave you your money. You ain't worked for it, motherfucker. Type of shit. But I was there. I seen you at practice. You didn't give a fuck thinking you all that wearing them tight ass pants and you know, your father gave you all that money so you can go wear those tight-ass pants. But keep your fucking mouth closed, man. Shut up, man. You're a fucking bum who's been given the world. Shut up and just stay under your father.
Alright, so when I first saw this, I was like, dang, you know, what did Austin Rivers do to cause Davis to snap like that? You know, he must have said something really bad. So of course, the next thing I do is YouTube Austin Rivers, Glen Davis. And apparently Austin Rivers went on Undisputed, and I would show you the clip, but every time I use even a second of Undisputed footage, my video gets copyright claimed. Anyways, he went on there and they asked him about Glen Davis and his claims that he made a while ago saying the Clippers players didn't like Austin Rivers because he is the coach's son. To which Austin said it wasn't true and that Glen was just salty because he never got playing time, when the reason he didn't get playing time was because he was out of shape, always late to practice, and didn't remember the plays. Which is what led Davis to say this. And I am gonna show the clips again because I want what he said to be etched into your memory as I dissect it piece by piece.
I'm in Hawaii minding my own business, and I look on Undisputed and I see old punk ass Austin Rivers talking shit.
And I'm gonna stop you right there, Davis. You opened up talking about how you were minding your own business when Austin Rivers went on the air and started talking about you, which, if you were truly the victim here, would be fine. But the thing is, you were the one who went on air talking about him and his dad first. So why are you acting all offended because he was responding to something that you said?
Don't ever play yourself.
Come on, man. Yeah, I might have been overweight a little bit, probably late for 1 or 2 practices. Come on, man. Don't know the plays? Come on, bro. You're lying now, bro.
And at this point, Davis, you are just confirming what Austin said. Yo, he said that you didn't get playing time because you were out of shape and always late to practices. You said that you were out of shape and always late to practices. The plays thing, no one can confirm, so we'll just toss that aside. But when your job is to play basketball, getting paid millions of dollars to do so, the least you could do is to be in shape and to show up to practices on time. You can't not do those 2 things and expect to get playing time over guys that do. I mean, it's just common sense, but continue.
Don't ever play yourself.
Your father gave you your money. How can you, like, don't say shit to me. Your father gave you your money. You ain't worked for it, motherfucker. Type of shit. But I was there. I seen you at practice. You didn't give a fuck thinking you all that wearing them tight ass pants and you know, your father gave you all that money so you can go wear those tight-ass pants. But keep your fucking mouth closed, man. Shut up, man. You're a fucking bum who's been given the world. Shut up and just stay under your father.
And this last part was just saltiness at its finest. I mean, he got exposed, so he got angry. I think what he was trying to say, though, is because Austin is Doc's son, he gets playing time. And that he is privileged because he is Doc's son, which is kind of crazy. Look, Davis, just because he is the coach's son isn't the reason he is in the NBA, and Doc isn't playing him just because he is his son. If Austin was trash, if Austin was straight up absolute garbage, he wouldn't be on the court. It is that simple. If he goes out there and puts up a -15 plus minus every game, he wouldn't still be out there on the court. He gets playing time because he earned his playing time just like everyone else. Dad or not, his dad can't help him when he's out there on the court. He's the one that has to go out there and play. And as for his dad putting money in his pockets and he didn't work for it, that is just ridiculous. Like I said, he had to work his way into the NBA, and the reason he is still getting paid and getting playing time is because he continues to work. Glen Davis, you're what, 31 years old, something like that? Do you know the reason you're not in the NBA anymore? Because you stopped putting in the work. I'm not gonna lie, back when you were in Boston, even though you were still overweight, you could hoop a little, but it seemed like as soon as you won that ring, you just stopped working. And now Austin, who is still working, who shows up to training camp in shape, who shows up to the practice on time, still has a job and is still getting paid, while you don't and you're not. And overall, while entertaining as that was to watch, this just seems like a bunch of saltiness and jealousy from Glen Davis.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So I'm sure you all heard by now that LeBron James' home in LA was vandalized with racial slurs. So the story that came out is that some people walked up to his gate and just spray painted racial slurs on it. There are no pictures or anything like that because LeBron James' housekeeping people had already painted over it before the media got there, so we will never know exactly what it says. But following the event, the media got a hold of LeBron and he let us know how he felt about it.
My family is safe. At the end of the day, they're safe, and that's the most important. But it just goes to show that that racism will always be a part of the world, a part of America. Hate, in America, especially for African American, is living every day. And even though that that it's concealed most of the time, even though people hide their faces and will say things about you, and when they see you, they smile in your face. It's alive every single day. No matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, being black in America it's tough.
And LeBron really said everything there is to say on this topic. Look, racism in America is a very touchy topic to a lot of people. Everyone tries to turn a blind eye to it and pretend it doesn't exist, but it clearly does. And as sad as it is to say, it will most likely always exist. Not saying it won't get better, because it will, I am sure of that. But the hate, or whatever you want to call it, will always be there. One thing is for certain, Kevin Durant will be back in Golden State Warriors jersey next year. He's already said on multiple occasions that he isn't going anywhere, even though he really can't unless it will be back to OKC. And yesterday, he also said that he is willing to take less than the maximum contract extension this summer so that the Warriors don't have to renounce their rights to Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston. This also means that Durant is serious and he just wants to win. He wants to keep winning more than anything, more than even money. Durant is eligible to earn at least $35 million per year this summer, and with both him and Curry hitting free agency, they definitely need one of them to take cuts if they want to keep this team they built together, because there is no way the Warriors can afford to give both of them $35 million per year and still hope to keep the other players. That being said, who knows if Durant simply taking a pay cut will be enough to keep both those guys. Other teams will have much more money to offer Iguodala and Livingston this summer, and at this point in their careers, both those guys have already won a championship, maybe even a second by the time they're free agents, so they could just want the biggest payday they could possibly get since they are at the later part of their careers. But we'll just have to wait until July to see what happens. Draymond Green is infamous for his trash talk on the court. Some people love it and some people absolutely hate it. And it was a topic of discussion yesterday before tonight's game 1 of the NBA Finals. It all started when Richard Jefferson warned the Warriors players about trash talk, saying that the Cavaliers were more poised last year and that's the reason they won the championship. I guess meaning that the more the Warriors trash talk, the more poised the Cavs will be. And it does kind of add up from last year. I mean, ever since Clay called LeBron sensitive after game 4, I believe it was, when the Warriors had the 3-1 lead.
I guess his feelings just got hurt.
The Cavs never lost again that series.
What did you say Clay said?
Clay said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt.
But that could also just be a coincidence. And it is ironic though that Jefferson warned the Warriors about trash talking right after someone on the Cavs said JaVale McGee isn't smart enough to play in the finals. But like I said, the topic of discussion yesterday was Draymond Green and his trash talk. And just because Jefferson issued a warning doesn't mean that Green plans on heeding that warning.
Everybody's susceptible to that. I don't care who you are.
And Kevin Love, who will most likely be defended by Green for a good portion of the series, wasn't expecting Jefferson's comments to keep Green quiet.
One of the best in the game at being a trash talk. I mean, he's a guy, like I mentioned, he sets the tone for them. And this NBA Finals, I think everybody expects that and hopes for that. It's the best two teams in the league going at it. So it's it's definitely fun to be a part of, and it's just part of the game.
I am excited for this series, especially because of the trash talk, and I expect the trash talk to get better and better after every single game. Who knows who gets called sensitive this time? And that's going to lead us to the question of the day. And today's question of the day is this: whose side are you on? Austin Rivers or Glen Davis? Do you think Austin Rivers only gets playing time because he is the coach's son? Do you think Glen Davis was right to call him out like that? Let me know down in the comment section below. But now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday we talked about Nene calling Carmelo Anthony selfish. And I asked you guys if you thought Melo was too selfish for his own good. And you guys said this: yes, Melo is a selfish player and he never makes his teammates better, but he is an isolation player and that is his style of play. We should respect that. Nene shouldn't be talking. Melo was spectacular with an old kid, with Billups, with AI. Can you imagine if he played with them while he was in his prime? Yeah, everybody already knew that Melo was a selfish player, but that's just the type of player he is. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's a bad player or anything. It's just that he never had the right teammates around him in his prime, which is really sad. But like I said though, don't forget to leave your answers to today's question of the day down in the comment section below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. Until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SEC, and I'm out of here. Peace!